Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. This anime is part of a much larger universe. This is a certain magical index, and it goes along with a certain scientific railgun in the sense that they all take place in the same universe at the same time in the same city. Now the focus on this one, of course, is magical index. And there are so many characters when you combine both of the universes together. There's a ridiculous amount of characters in this. So I'm just going to focus on some of the main ones. And of course, spoilers ahead, as with most of these videos, so you have been warned. Now, main character, Toma. Toma, just kind of an unlucky guy, right? He has this small apartment. He's attending university at University City. University City is the main place where all of this kind of circles around. It is a huge technological metropolis. It's like 20, 30 years advanced technology compared to the rest of the world. That's how insane this place is. And it holds massive, massive political power. Like, it might be a city in Japan or something, but essentially Japan bends to its will. It's not a city that bends to the country's will. Yeah, this city is immensely powerful, immensely popular, and Toma somehow got a scholarship or something to go attend university here, which is, fairly exclusive. Now, the university is known for having its espers, basically people with superhuman abilities, and Toma is rated 0. He means he doesn't have any. Plenty of people in the city getting an education who have 0. But the thing is, he might be rated 0, but it doesn't mean he's powerless. All right, well, Toma, he always complains that he's stricken with horribly bad luck. This is due to the power in his hand. Okay, that sounds kind of weird, especially on a current event level, having power in your hand. Mind out of gutter. Basically, what his hand can do is that when it comes into contact with any esper ability or magic ability, completely nullifies it, makes it worthless, lose all power. And if you think about it, that's actually incredibly powerful itself. So, needless to say, he gets himself in the mix of a lot of different things, and supposedly this power in his hand is what's causing him all this bad luck. But there's a theory on that. The theory is that he actually does have a passive ability. Nobody knows if it's on the magic side or esper side. And let me quickly explain that. Esper side is basically superhuman abilities based in the realm of science. There's a scientific explanation. There's calculations in the brain that have to trigger these abilities to actually perform. The magic side is basically the religion side. It is purely faith-based. Nobody really knows why these abilities do what they do, but they have very strong faith that they do what they do. So essentially this whole universe, anime, etc. is science versus religion, with science being the good guys and religion being the bad guys for the most part. Yeah, I'll go with it. It's fine. We're good with this. But anyways, Toma, one day, sitting in his apartment or whatever, comes across a loli hanging from his balcony. Yeah. Lollicon's wet dream, I guess. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter. It's out. Anyways, pulls this girl to safety, and it turns out to be Index. This is her name. A small girl who is basically dressed in like an ornate kind of nun outfit, right? She is part of the magic side. And she basically just kind of ran away from whoever was controlling her, her captors, people pursuing her, etc. And she's trying to get away and somehow fell and landed on his balcony. The luck thing, right? Well, that's kind of the thing with Toma's luck. There's a little bit of a theory that thinks that Toma's passive ability is actually luck, but that ability in his hand keeps messing with it on a constant basis. So his ability might be luck, but there's two kinds. There's bad luck and there's good luck. And with the hand trying to constantly nullify it, it goes to these extremes and all over the place. Because you kind of figure, you know, he has all this bad luck because he's constantly getting injured. He's constantly fighting things that he probably should. He's getting in situations that he shouldn't. But at the same time, somehow he got into University City. He does survive some major conflicts that most people wouldn't. And I have to say, or whatever, there's a lot of good luck involved. It's just his perception, I guess. But anyways, Index, what her ability is she kind of has every magical ability known to that side. Because Index being the name, she is a library of sorcery. Like all these forbidden texts and high-end magic and all this crazy stuff. Like think of like an entire huge library. Every single spell known to man somehow crammed into her brain. So subconsciously, she knows every single spell and can execute every single spell that there is. Period. Like the most powerful, it'd probably be the most powerful person in the whole freaking world, but for whatever reason, she can't simply just access it on a whim or doesn't have the ability to cast these or something. I don't know. It's really vague how they've gotten into that, at least thus far. But anyways, one of the great moments early on, I guess it's great, she's saying like how her robe is actually this EX level piece of armor. You know, it repels all attacks and it's impenetrable and blah, blah, blah. And of course, Toma just kind of reaches out and touches the cloth with his hand that nullifies all magic. And the whole shroud tears apart, falls apart. It's completely destroyed. And apparently Index wasn't wearing anything underneath. So naked loli. Yeah. Okay, so you got Toma and Naked Loli. Naked Loli apparently likes to bite too. She'll latch onto Toma's head just like claw, and yeah, just stuck there. Yeah. But in essence, what a certain magical index is Toma trying to protect Index, all the while trying to uncover certain mysteries, trying to protect her, often without her knowing. She'll be, you know, sitting in the apartment building eating some pudding or something, and he'll be out risking his life trying to dissuade some attack or plot or something. Or he gets drafted by the magic side to go do a task. Yeah. He does have bad luck. He does. He gets his ass. Well, one time he gets hurt so bad that while his body is fine, his mind basically got fried. He lost all his memories. He knows who he is and how to function as a human, more or less, but he doesn't have any previous memories. He doesn't remember Index, he doesn't remember any of the other characters, doesn't remember what he just did, his memory's wiped. But he is a clever guy, and somehow, even though he comes off awkward a lot, he's able to not let anyone know that his memory was wiped. He just kind of slithers back in, and he's like, okay, I'll live my life normally, I won't let anybody know this stuff. He gets called out later, but different story. But anyways, on the railgun side, you know, Misaka and Kuroko, they're kind of like the mains over there. But Index, this particular one, and the first one I might add, is Toma and Index being the main characters. Some other characters in Index, and I can't just say just in Index, because they'll appear in both. It's a universe and everything. The great thing about this show is it does something that I don't think any other anime has tried, or at least hasn't tried successful, is that in both of these series, events are happening simultaneous in University City and the universe itself. And if you watch Index, it's focused on these two. If you watch Railgun, it's focused on these two, and they're always intertwined. They're very much intertwined. So if you watch Index Season 1, then Railgun Season 1, then Index Season 2, then Railgun Season 2, it's a little off sometimes, but you get the idea. It's all the same universe, all happening, same time, real time. And Toma, I mean, there's a couple of characters I'll mention that are kind of more Index-centric. Not quite, but, you know. One is Komoe-sensei, the super loli teacher. I mean, she looks like a 12-year-old. She's like nothing. She's down here, okay? So we're down here. She looks like a little kid, but in actuality, she's like the oldest staff member in the entire school. She is very mature. but she doesn't look it. She's pink hair, dresses as a little kid because that's the only clothes she could find that fits her, I guess. But there was one time where Toma and Index, they're fighting, blah, blah, blah. Index needs healed or saved. They find Sensei's house, or apartment, I guess, and they're taking refuge there and trying to find a healer and stuff. And when they barge in, they notice that this child teacher that looks like she's 12 lives like a slob. She smokes nonstop. She is a drunkard. There are beer cans everywhere. Her house is a complete and utter mess. It is a great opposite of what you expect this character to be. And the character is cute, but at the same time, it's like she could be... Just watch. And the other one, of course, is Accelerator. Now, Accelerator probably has a bigger presence in Railgun, at least a little bit. But in Index, Toma ends up coming face-to-face with him. And if you don't know who Accelerator is, he is a #1 top Esper guy. Okay, probably the most powerful of anybody with any abilities. His ability is basically the ability to manipulate physics, which means anything. All right? Anything. He can create a black hole on a fucking whim. That's Accelerator. He can, Misaka, if you know who Misaka is, she is the railgun. She can shoot objects at light speed, near light speed, from her hands. And Accelerator can just be like, nah, I'll reverse that and send it right back at you. Nothing ever touches him. Except Toma. With his hand. Balled up into a fist. Knocks his ass out in one blow. I win, yay! Accelerator is a level 5 Esper. That is considered the top of the top, and he is rank 1 of the level 5s. Top. Toma's 0. He's Mr. Nobody. And he just took out rank 5 in a punch. It's a great end to an epic battle, right? But anyways, this series in combination with Railgun, it's one of the most epic universes, diverse characters, so many different powers and abilities and situations, so much they can do with the series. And as of now, they just started the 3rd season of Railgun. It's like Railgun T or something. I don't know. Why are they doing it? Railgun S and Railgun T. Leave the alphabet out of it. Just season 1, season 2, season 3. Eventually, I get confused easy. Eventually, I'm going to forget which one goes where. But, yeah, this is actually one of my favorite shows, one of my absolute favorite universes. I do have to admit, I probably enjoy Railgun a little bit more than Index because Misaka and Kuroko, they are a great pair of characters to put together. It's comic gold and there's a lot of good action. Toma and Index, it's a little bit more cutesy, I guess. Index kind of comes off maybe a little tsundere at times, but not really. And Toma is just kind of like that hero that isn't supposed to be there doing good stuff, but he does anyways because anime. Yeah. Anyways, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. You can kind of consider this a part 1 of 2 video. Part 2, I'm going to be doing Railgun pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that one. See you in the next.